Hello everybody, and in this video we are going to talk about how to get coaching clients in 5 simple steps. Oh, hold on. Before we roll it, it would be great if you hit that red subscribe button, subscribe to this channel, so every single week when I record a new video and send it and post it on this YouTube channel, you can get a notification. Well, that would be easy, ain't it? So go ahead, hit that red subscribe button, and let's roll it. There are 5 very simple and easy steps that you can take to be able to create coaching clients fairly quickly, irrespective of the time, the economy that you may be operating in. Now, I'll walk you through these 5 steps. My invitation for you would be though, is before you start going out to create clients and enroll clients, is really think about how you're going to impact them. It's a common mistake that many coaches make is they will go out in the world and start to create clients but forget about what happens once the client is enrolled, and that creates a weak foundation of creating a successful coaching business. So while this video will give you the insight towards creating clients, I really invite you to look at the resources that we have posted below that will help you really identify your methodology and the way you impact your clients. All right, so let's get to step 1. The first step of creating clients is to understand what the market needs right now. You see, most of the coaches, when they do a certification or do a program or have that insight within themselves and say, oh, I want to be a coach, consider themselves as a coach and think that they will go out on the market and be able to get as many clients as they want. There is something called a market product mix. If the market doesn't match the product that you have to offer, often your product will look like as if it's failing. And that happens when you're not considerate about what the market really wants. Let's take an example of if you were a life coach. If you're a life coach, you could work on any area of life. But what may happen is as you go out in the market and you say, hey, I'm a life coach, I can help you. What may happen is a lot of people may not identify with the idea of a life coach, say, if there was crisis that was happening in the world. At the time of me recording this video, we are still in a health crisis, which may lead to an economic crisis anytime soon. That means that the narrative, the conversation that somebody who may be your potential client is slightly or completely different to what you may present as a life coach. So instead of calling yourself a life coach in a time like this, consider looking at the market and finding what the market really wants. Say, for example, in current times, there may be more people needing support in being able to manage their mental states. They may be needing more help in finding discipline while they're working from home, or they might be needing more parenting support because the kids are home and not going to school, and they have to deal with all these situations while being able to work from home as well. So it's a very unique and different circumstance that's happening in the outside world, and the first step to create clients and create them fast and in abundance is to identify what's happening in the market that you will be addressing. What's the mental state that they're in? What's the story that's being told most frequently, and the place they may be coming from while they're having a conversation with a life coach. So step 1, identify what the market really needs. The second step is to get specific. The same example, I'm a life coach, may be overwhelming, even confusing for somebody who wants to hire you, because a life coach works on everything life. Whereas this person may have a narrative of, oh, I want more discipline, or I want to really focus on creating the side hustle that I have, or I want to really work on my abundance mindset, or I want to work on my parenting skills. And each of those areas may be an area of life, but doesn't necessarily fit the narrative that the person wants to hire for immediately. So while you are qualified to be able to help anybody and everybody, what is a better approach to approach your market is to be specific. Specific about the problems you would like to solve or ambitions you'd like to address. When you are talking about a very specific challenge or an ambition that a person has, it makes it easier for the person to resonate with you as you're talking about that particular challenge, because they see that it's top of their mind. They're feeling the same pain or the same desire to meet that ambition. Especially if you're a new coach or a part-time coach, is vitally important. The more specific you are, the easier it is for your potential clients to have a conversation with you. Now that you have found what specific area that you want to focus on, create conversation starters. Now, usually I would invite people to go to events or create little group gatherings of themselves to start conversations, but considering the current times that we are in, it may be easier for us to start conversations on social channels. Social media channels like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, whatever that is the right kind of platform for the kind of conversation that you want to start. Say if you are in career coaching or you want to focus on professional elements of success, it may be a better platform for you to start the conversation on LinkedIn or Facebook. So identify what are the different platforms that may be the right kind of platform for you to start the conversation. And then use your strategies, your content, and your stories of your clients or your personal stories to start these conversations. You see, when you're focused on solving a particular type of problem, like we have already identified, and it is already a mental dialogue in our clients' minds, when we start the conversation leading with content, when we start the conversation leading with a solution-based approach or a story that may inspire somebody, it allows for people who are interested to actually engage back, which is the fourth step, is look for people who are engaging back with you in this conversation. The more frequently they engage back, the more likely they are to actually want to have a further conversation with you. They're more likely to continue that conversation and find if you are the right solution provider for them. Their desires are probably higher, which is why they're engaging in the conversation. Their challenge may be more present to them, and that is why they're engaging in this conversation. So use these conversation starters to identify who may be the right people for you to further the conversation with. This will allow you to have more relevant, more contextual conversation that would also increase the probability of these individuals wanting to work with you. I recorded a fantastic podcast with a friend of mine, Taki Moore, which we'll link below this video, so you can go check it out and learn how he uses qualifications and conversations to enroll people through chat. Now, once you have identified the content that will start the conversation and you are looking out for people that are engaging in conversation with you, reach out to them to have further dialogue, which is step 5. Reach out for further conversation. Now, this further conversation will involve steps like qualifying if they're actually looking for a coach, qualifying if they can afford to work with a coach, qualifying if their ambition or their challenge is big enough for them to consider even having a further conversation. This reach out would also involve you actually offering something. You see, a lot of times we start these conversations and we help people, even if we are doing a phone call and a coaching conversation with them, we reach out, we give, we qualify, but we never make an offer. I couldn't begin to tell you the stories of coaches that are crushed in their careers. They feel they're going nowhere. And when I ask them the question, have you made an offer? And then they say, no. It is impossible for somebody to work with you if you don't ask them to work with you, which is why it's critical and it's important, the final step of having the conversations and making an offer. If you do not make an offer, it is impossible for your potential clients who really want to work with you to work with you. So 5 simple steps to enroll clients right away, irrespective if you're a life coach, you're a performance coach, you're a business coach, you're a spiritual coach, you're a health coach, it doesn't matter. These are the 5 simple steps that you can take right now to be able to enroll clients into your coaching services within the scope of next few days. The first step is to identify what is the real need that your clients have right now. What is that real present need that they have right now? The second step is to be specific. What is the specific challenge or ambition you can help your clients achieve in context of the market need that is already happening? Step 3 is start the conversations. Create content, videos on the relevant social platforms to start conversations in context of the specific need that you would really like to solve. Step 4 is to identify people that are engaging with this content. Identify these individuals who are excited to have a further conversation on these social platforms on this particular topic. They are more likely to further the conversation in a private chat or on a phone call. And the last step is to have a further conversation, qualify, and ask these clients to work with you. So these are the 5 simple steps that you can use right now to enroll clients into your practice. Hit me on the comment section below as to what are the steps that I may have missed, or what are the steps that you would encourage people to take to be able to enroll clients right now. Also, share with me which among these 5 steps is the step that you get stuck with most, so I can help you find the right content that will help you further that narrative and actually work on that area of your coaching practice so you can get clients faster. If you love what we talked about, hit that like button. Don't forget to hit the red subscribe button because you would want to be notified when I post the next video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.